pro-life because that's what the Bible tells us to do. I would never get an abortion because God says it's a sin. Abortions are bad because they hurt babies. It doesn't matter if you're only 2 weeks pregnant. The baby has a heartbeat. People that get abortions should be charged. I never have to worry about getting an abortion.
You don't say.
Because I'm waiting until marriage. Abortion is wrong. The baby can feel the abortion. It is not your body, nor is it your choice. Abortions should be banned. No baby should ever have to experience an abortion. I'm pro-life because the Bible says so. Don't do abortions. Abortions are so bad for you. They literally are bad for your health. I read this article the other day about someone that got an abortion, and guess what? She is not here today. Abortions are so bad for you. Don't do it.
You know what else is bad for you? 200, 300 pounds of visceral fat. That's also bad for you. You know what else is bad for you? Renting out your womb like it's an Airbnb. Let's be so for real here. These leftover women, and that's what this is. This is a leftover woman. They will get on these apps and they will literally demonize the whole idea of wanting to protect life as if that isn't the whole point of being alive. Every single organism understands the assignments. You live, you procreate, you try to keep the species alive. But you have imbeciles like this woman who actively try to convince other people to kill what they are procreating. It's anti-human. Honestly, that's what I want to start calling this. This is anti-human. This is human phobia. And you know, it's a cop-out to say it's just religious reasons why. No, it's not just religious reasons why. Because let's think about regular schmegular animals. They don't have religion, but guess what? They understand the assignment to continue to procreate. They're not actively going out to kill their young. It is natural to have children. I just wish people would be a little bit more selective. You know what I mean? Like a little bit more selective when they're having children. Like, for instance, this woman, she should be left over, okay? I hope she doesn't have children for various reasons. I'm not even gonna get into why, but it is literally human nature, animal nature, living organism nature to procreate. And the fact that people are so smart that they're dumb, that they think that there is something greater than having children in life, like, it's just beyond me. We've really reduced the one thing that we're supposed to do down to like an inconvenience. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what's so crazy is that like she's acting like a lot of these things are bad, but they're not actually bad things. Waiting until marriage is a beautiful thing, right? Giving yourself to one person is such a beautiful thing as opposed to whoring yourself out on the street. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of people don't realize women that look like this be the biggest 304s. You would think it was like the internet baddies, but it's really women that look like this, right? And I'm not saying that she necessarily fits this category, but women that look like this are the biggest 304s because they will do anything. And I tell you, they will do anything for male attention. They have no standards because they don't meet any standards, right? So they will take whatever they can get. And a lot of them be 304s, women that look just like this. And you'll be surprised how many of your homeboys done hit something that look like this. They won't tell you, okay? They won't tell you that they smashed Precious, but they did. Of course, you have this negative outlook on family, on reproduction, because nobody wants to reproduce with you. That's the reason why these females be having this mentality. And you know, to be honest, I don't know exactly what she really looks like because when you have this much fat on your body, your face is distorted, right? Your skin tone is abnormally uneven. And you know, as Black people, I know that we have different colors within our skin. As people in general, I need to really deprogram that out of myself, like saying, oh, well, the Black thing, like a lot of these things every group is going through. Like there are a lot of Indian people that have the same discoloration situation going on. It's not a Black thing. So I'm still doing the work, okay? I'm still doing the work to deprogram myself from thinking that the world revolves around being Black and that my Black experience is just so unique. There are some things that are unique, but a lot of it isn't. We really don't know what this woman looks like. We don't know because there's just so much going on that's taking away from what she would truly look like. A lot of that discoloration in her skin is due to her being so obese. And also the extra puffiness in the face. That's inflammation and being obese. So, I don't even know what this woman would actually look like. If she wasn't so big, she might look a lot better. Even before I became a little bit more conservative leaning, I had never really bought into the idea that you could just merk babies in the womb. Like, that just sounds so disgusting and gross to me. I hate the fact that they just remove accountability. Look, you don't have to get pregnant. I'm sorry, you don't have to get pregnant. Why not just avoid the pregnancy altogether? Sometimes I'd be tiptoeing around my words because you never know what type of woman you're around, right? Some of them may have graveyard wombs, and if I say certain things, it might make them feel bad, but that's exactly how I feel. Like, if you didn't have like a medically necessary situation happening, you are literally a mass serial killer murderer of the worst accord because you're murking literal babies. You don't have to be super religious to arrive at this point. If you just think logically, what goes with nature, science, logically, it does not make sense to off our own offspring. That's literally how a species goes extinct. Why are we fighting for our own extinction? And there is something to be said about the argument that they make. Oh, well, you guys want the babies to be born, but then you don't want anybody to help take care of them. First of all, nobody is telling you to open your legs. Let's start there. If you don't want to have babies, don't have babies. I didn't get pregnant until I wanted to get pregnant. It's not that hard. It is very, very possible to navigate life without getting unwanted pregnancies. If that's what you truly care about, oh, no one's gonna be able to take care of the kids, then stop getting pregnant. I really, really hate how much women demonize motherhood. Not everyone's pregnancy is sunshine and roses, and I understand that, but it's like, that is power. That is such a beautiful power, and I really hate that these feminists have made it taboo to want children. They've made it taboo to want your pregnancy full term. They've made it taboo to want family. These people have really lost the plot. And wait, I need to double back. I personally have no issues with my tax dollars going towards making sure children have their needs met. I would much prefer that over my money going towards illegals who invaded our country. I would much rather that than my tax dollars going to fund wars that have not a goddamn thing to do with me. I would much rather my money go towards taking care of the children of America as opposed to lining the pockets of big corporations that are getting welfare off of us while also charging us overpriced products. I would prefer my tax dollars go towards taking care of the children of America because America is the people. So I don't think it's a bad thing for our tax dollars to go towards making sure that children have a proper upbringing so that they can be good citizens, right? Contributors to society. I wouldn't mind my tax dollars going towards that, but I do mind my tax dollars going towards you murking children in the womb. I do mind my tax dollars going towards all this propaganda being aimed at little girls to tell them to be 304s and that it's okay because they can just hit delete whenever they want to. I hate that for us. I'm so glad that I didn't drink the juice. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I didn't drink the juice, y'all, because that feminism era was so heavy. Okay, they were really trying to MK Ultra us as children through the media. Let's be so for real here. And I drink some of the juice. I'll tell you this. I took a sip. I have tattoos. I got piercings. I want to get my tattoos removed, but like I took a little slight sip of the juice, but then I put it down. Okay. I didn't take a big gulp like, Big Shirley on the screen here. They push this feminism so hard on little girls and they grow up to be like this. Hating the very thing that makes them special, womanhood, being able to produce life. I don't care what side of the aisle you are when it comes to like politics, because I'm not even on that train. At the end of the day, fighting to murk babies in the womb, you will never get me to agree with that. Close your legs and step away from the Chad. Go get you a cat and stop spreading your cat left and right. So maybe you wouldn't have this big need for murking babies in the womb. Period, point blank, end of discussion. I'll see y'all with the next one.